All right. Good morning, old school Texas Tech. How are you doing, Jordan?
Doing well, man. It's hard to believe the season's pretty much over. A lot of moving parts going on
Uh,
right now.
we still have a few games. Although I'm hearing the bowl, the likely bowl destination for Tech is Phoenix, which there's a decent chance that I'm going to be on an airplane at that day. So I'm not happy about that, but I'll be able to find. I don't know if I should put this on YouTube, but I will probably be able to find a way to watch a replay of the game down here. Let's put it that way. That'll keep me out of trouble. All right. So, how's everything going in the real estate world in Dallas Fort Worth?
It's good. It's December. Things slow down a little bit. Plus, it's like 30 degrees outside. So, yeah, all's good on this end, man.
Yeah, since the election, the dollar has gone up compared to a lot of the currencies of the countries where I teach, and so that's hit my teaching business a little bit. But it'll level out over time, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you and I have predicted. I believe I've got this right. I believe it is 118 games. So far, you picked up a couple of games on me last week. You went 6-2, I believe. Yeah, 6-2. You only missed two games, I think.
That's about right.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not right. You had your best week ever, I think. You went 7-1. The only one you got wrong was, yeah, you picked, both of us did it. We both picked Central Florida to beat Utah. And
Oh,
so
yeah, yeah.
probably what I'm thinking is Gus Malzahn had already decided to take the offensive coordinator job down at Florida State or up in Florida State, up in Tallahassee. And so there was other things going on there that we didn't know about. No disrespect to Utah, they're a great program, but anyway, that's the one we both got wrong. I missed on what did I miss on? I missed on I picked Cincinnati to beat TCU, which they had a shot at it at the end, but they didn't pull it off. So they missed bowl eligibility. And then I picked Kansas to beat Baylor, and you got me on both of those. So I ended up being 5-3, and you ended up being 7-1. So your season total going into the conference championship game is 78-40, and I'm 84-34 going into the conference championship game. So, since we've been doing it most of the year, why don't you go first? Who's going to win the conference championship?
Okay, so we have Arizona State versus Iowa State. Ironically, Texas Tech gave both of those teams one of their two losses. Um, I haven't looked at the spread on that one.
Well,
But I think I would just straight up just going by the eye test, which is what I've done all year. Sometimes doing well with that, sometimes more times than not, probably. Um, I'm going to take Arizona State to win that one. I think they're the better team, top to bottom.
yeah, so Tech finished seventh in the standings. So we were actually one of the few teams that most of the pundits they were picking us as like a high, we were anywhere from like a high first tier team. That wasn't the most common pick, but we were kind of picked in like the second tier because with 16 teams, it's easy to divide it into first, second, third, and fourth tier, kind of like we do with law schools in the U.S. So we were kind of picked as like a second tier team, and that's where we ended up. We were seventh in the conference. The only two teams above us that we defeated are the two teams that are playing for the conference championship, which is really interesting. Because honestly, I thought that we had the two home games. I think they were back to back, Cincinnati, Arizona State. I thought that Cincinnati played us much better than Arizona State. I don't know this. I don't remember the scores, but I thought Cincinnati was better than Arizona State. But that was earlier in the year. Obviously, that didn't turn out to be the case. Arizona State got hot. I am rooting for Iowa State. I want Iowa State to win the conference because I don't like the idea of one of the new teams coming in and winning in their first season. I'll just be honest. I don't have anything against Arizona State. In fact, I kind of like Arizona State, but I'm pulling for Iowa State. But I looked at the last five, and it's just hard for me to go against Arizona State intellectually. They both played K State. Iowa State, I believe. I was looking at it earlier. I think Iowa State played them at home. Yeah, that was the last game of the year, and and then Arizona State played them in Manhattan, and Arizona State did pretty good against them in Manhattan. So to me, that's kind of what tips it to me. But I think it's going to be a good game. I think they'll both schools will represent us well in the conference championship. I think it'll be a I think it will be a good football game.
All good points. Yeah, I saw something that said that Iowa State has never had a 10-win season. I would have never guessed that. They've never won 10
Yeah,
games.
I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him. And again, I'm sure there's going to be rumors, especially with Ryan Day taking the Bears job. I'm sure there's going to be all sorts of rumors about Matt Campbell, like always, especially if they win tomorrow.
What rumors are of Ryan Day taking it? They would be idiots to put him in that job. That would be absolutely idiotic.
Ryan Day going to Ohio State?
Ryan Day taking the
No,
Bears.
I mean, I'm sorry, not Ryan Day. The coach of Campbell, the coach at Iowa State, going to Ohio State. That's not crazy.
Well, Ohio State doesn't have an opening. I know they're pissed at Ryan Day, but Ryan Day,
No, he got hired by the Bears,
nah, dude,
Chicago Bears.
Ryan Day hasn't been hired by the Bears. Are you serious?
Yeah, Google it right now. Look at it right now.
I was like, am I getting punked here?
Double check it for me.
Says right now, Ryan Patrick Day is the 24th and current head football coach at Ohio State University, a position he's held since 2019.
Okay, maybe it's just a rumor mill.
Yeah, it
But the
shows here
big
he's probably on the list, but a place like Chicago, there's only 32 NFL jobs. They're gonna vet. I don't know. He can't be. He just lost to a horrible. I couldn't believe they lost to a 5-loss Michigan team that had
Let me
62
look it up real quick.
passing.
I swear I saw it. The reason why some of these Big Ten coaches are being considered for that job is because the old Big Ten commissioner's the president of the Chicago Bears now.
You're
Um,
not going to lose to Michigan, a 5-loss Michigan team for your fourth year in a row, and then get the Bears job. I
Something's
just
going on with him and the Bears. One second.
they're going to interview people for a while. I've heard Kingsbury's name thrown out, Marcus Freeman of Notre Dame. There's all those names being thrown out.
All right, sorry, I jumped the gun on that one. I've done that a couple times here recently.
All right.
Chicago Bears make a stunning move and will reportedly hire elite Buckeye head coach Ryan Day to be their next head coach.
And who
That
wrote that?
that's just something that's one of the social media type guys.
The guy is not elite as a coach either. He's got 5-star talent across the board. They're number one or two every year. And he beats up on the teams that he's supposed to, but then he gets into a big game and he can't. He wets the bed. So
Yeah, I haven't followed the Big Ten as much as you guys do. Some other
think
people
about
do.
this, dude. At Ohio State with 3 like first round receivers, they lost to a 6-5 Michigan team, and the Michigan quarterback had 62 passing yards. You should be, I'll try to keep it YouTube friendly, but you should be shot for that. And the fans are pissed. That's a big rivalry. Like you don't
Oh,
lose
I know, I
you
know.
don't lose to
I've got an
Michigan
uncle
4 years
that's a
in
big
a row.
Michigan
You don't. And that's what he's done. He's a clown. I wouldn't even want him in Lubbock.
Ryan, you think Ryan Day's a clown? You give him
Ryan
clown status?
Day is a clown.
Oh,
You're the,
wow.
you're the number 2 team in the country, and you lost to I've watched Michigan a few times this year. Baron Morton looks like the second coming of Joe Montana compared to what they have at quarterback, and you can't even. Just,
Baron Morton's a good quarterback. I became more.
would you bet a team would lose if the opposing quarterback had 62 passing yards, Taylor? Think about that for a second. Think about how crazy that is.
Yeah. Well, that was in the Michigan game.
Yes, the Michigan quarterback had 62 passing yards. I would have been like emptying out my 401k to make the bet that they would lose that game.
Yeah, I would too. I would too.
I mean,
Which is
geez,
why I keep my sports gambling to Vegas only.
yeah, no
Um,
kidding. You never know which one of these. Like, are you guys trying to throw this? Anyway, I know we're not a Big Ten.
I didn't like his answer. I didn't like his answer about the whole trying to put the flag on the middle of the field thing. I thought it was kind of, I don't know. I thought it was kind of weak. I don't know. I mean, that's if that stuff starts in some of these. I mean, imagine. I can't even imagine if one of Tech's rivals tries to do that at Jones Stadium. I mean, it'll be, it will not be. It will not be good. It will not be good at
It's
all.
fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's like at the same.
Imagine if like TCU or Oklahoma State or Baylor tries to go put their flag and put it in the middle of Jones Stadium like that. That will not go over. That would not go over well at all, especially a night game after everybody's been drinking.
Totally agree. There's a reason why nobody's tried it. But then
Yeah.
again, you've got to be. I don't know. If we were winning 10 games every year for a long time and lost one, that would cause people to want to do it. You know.
Oh, I think we would do it right now. Uh, I think it would happen. I think it could happen next season. Actually, it wouldn't
And so you think
surprise me.
someone will try to plant a flag on our field?
Yeah, but but if Yormark's smart, and I think he is, I think he'll come out with a rule or something right now and go ahead and get ahead of it, because that kind of stuff could get crazy. I mean, you're talking. I mean, you're talking. You've got some crazy fan bases in the Big 12. I imagine like Utah, Texas Tech. There are several fan bases in the Big 12 that would not go over well at all. Even like I wouldn't want to do it in Stillwater. It would not go over well there. Several places. Okay, so one more thing before we go. What do
Yeah.
you think? What's your opinion of, because when the season started, everybody was everybody like I said, everybody was putting the conference into tiers, first tier, second tier, third tier, fourth tier, and I had the standings pulled up a little while ago. I think here they are. The last four teams in the conference standing wise. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Can you still see and hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Slowing down.
The last four teams in the conference this year standings, I believe it was Oklahoma State was obviously last. Utah was in the fourth tier somewhere. Let's go to football. All right, so those two, UCF, they were predicted to be pretty good this year too. Yeah, so the last four: Utah, Arizona, UCF, and Oklahoma State. All four of those teams were predicted by some to be in the first tier of the conference, and a couple of them were predicted by almost everybody to be in the first tier. So really interesting season. I mean, these games were really entertaining this year, to kind of going either way.
Yeah, I think the one that shocks
You have
everybody
any
the most.
comment on the way that?
Yeah, well, Oklahoma State going what 0-9 in Big 12 play. I don't think anybody could have possibly predicted that. I mean, if you would have
Right.
bet before the
What do you think
season
about
started, I would have bet $1,000 Oklahoma State loses every conference game. I can't even imagine what the payoff
Oh,
would have been, you know?
oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. What do you think about these rumors about Ollie Gordon potentially tech transferring to Tech?
Come on out, man. You're a pretty good running back. We'll take you. I thought that was all.
And
I
he's
thought it
like,
was a
oh,
joke. I just BS. But I'm the more I see it, the more I think it's a good possibility. Let him come for a
I think there's
long-term
a
rental.
chance. I think there's definitely a chance. Apparently, they'd love to pair him with those two sophomores that we have. That would be quite an explosive backfield for this new for Leftwich to work with. And I understand we've got some two linemen, really good offensive linemen that we apparently are really close to making deals with coming out of the portal. And then I understand there's a corner from one of the Ivy League schools. I believe it's Brown. That's like really good. Obviously he's got to be a smart kid to be playing at Brown. Then they've got another like safety corner type hybrid type player. They've got a big defensive tackle, and they have a pressure player that are all like real close on the NIL front coming out of the portal. Um, I mean, even two big offensive linemen, and we had some good recruits coming in. We've got some good young guys coming up. I mean, that's going to be an upgrade on the offensive line if they pan out.
Good. We've followed it more than I have because we definitely need help in all those areas you just mentioned. Every one of them.
Yeah,
Offensive line should
definitely.
this.
All right, so that's enough on the conference championship prediction. We're both going with Arizona State. I don't know about you, but I'm rooting for Iowa State. I don't know who are you
I
rooting for.
actually am too. I don't mind Arizona State, and I actually don't mind Iowa State. I kind of like that coach. I like Matt Campbell. Kind of want him to get his 10th win, and then he gets to go to the playoff if they win. So, but I'm kind of with you. I kind of feel like Iowa State's been here this whole time. Let's keep it within and not let. But then, hey, you look at the SEC, and Texas is on the verge of winning the SEC, and I mean, they may still lose to Georgia. Georgia looks like they're not that as good as they were before to start the year, but Texas is on the verge of winning that league, you know.
Yeah,
But I'm kind of
yeah.
with you on that. I'd rather see Iowa State win it.
All right.